Hello, and welcome to another edition of Soul in My Soul. This is my podcast where I talk about things that are related to Korean and Korean American culture, all from the unique perspective of a non-Korean. My Korean name is An Daeun. I'm in the middle of a countdown of the most viewed articles that I've written on my website, WaygookinWay.com. So if you go there, you can check out over 100 different articles that I've written about various topics concerning Korean life, Korean culture, Korean learning, and reviews of different things. And today is perhaps my most interesting review. I have reviewed different apps for learning Korean. I have reviewed different YouTube channels, some that have over 1 million subscribers. I have reviewed different methods you can use to learn Korean. And yet, of all the reviews that I've done, one review clearly tops all the other reviews as far as what people seem to be interested in the over 90 countries that I get views from. And so this review is first off loved by Google. I've searched for this review as I'm recording this 3 different ways on Google. Each time I search for it, there are over 1 million results that come up for this, and I end up getting put in the top 5. So Google loves this review, Google pushes this review, and for that I'm very thankful. The review that I'm talking about, as you saw in the thumbnail, is the review of the YouTube channel Lily Petals World. So here is the background of the channel, and then I will go into why I wrote the review. The channel dates back to 2006, so 11 years this channel has been up and running. It is a story of Lily and James. Now, to see a Korean love story is something, if you watch Korean dramas, that is not unusual. What makes this story different, though, is Lily is Korean and James is Kenyan. So you're talking about 2 totally different parts of the world, 2 totally different cultures, and yet the 2 of them found each other in Korea. Lily at first didn't really like James that way, but James knew he liked Lily. He was persistent. They ended up dating and ended up getting married. So I start watching the channel right after they got married. They had posted a slideshow of pictures from their wedding in Korea, and I'm looking at the video and I'm thinking, wow, this is a pretty Korean woman and this is a handsome black man. I'm happy that they found each other. So I liked that video, and then I start watching other videos that they put up and decided that I liked them as well, and that's when I subscribed to the channel. The channel, in my opinion, is very, very honest. And the reason that I say that is, in my time, especially in Korean American culture, there's a thing where everyone has problems within the culture, but a lot of people don't talk about the problems. They don't talk about the things that they've gone through that are difficult. It's all about trying to show this positive image and trying to show that you're normal, you're fine, you're okay, and you don't show any vulnerability because people tend to make fun of you for that. That's not the case with this channel. The videos that are on this channel do talk about happy life and the positive aspects of Lily and James's relationship, as well as them raising their 2 beautiful daughters, Yuri and Dasomi. But they also go into the reaction that they get from some prejudiced people. So, for instance, Lily tells one story in one video where right before their wedding, Lily had some wedding pictures done. So she's dressed up, she has her makeup done, And when she finishes, she goes over to James's apartment because James is moving since they're getting married, and he needs to get his security deposit back. Or in Korea, it's called key money. And it's not unusual for the landlord to try to come up with an excuse not to refund all the money that he's supposed to, especially if the tenant is somebody who is a foreigner. They'll try to make it seem like you didn't understand the contract well because you don't really understand Korean, so I'm not going to give you all the money back. So Lily comes over to speak to the landlord, still dressed up, still with her makeup on, and the landlord insults her by telling her that she has all this makeup on, she looks like a hooker, and only a hooker would want to be with a black man. So you hear stories like that, or because Lily is very open about the happiness she feels in her relationship, and that she is very open to trying to help people who are in Blasian relationships, even if they're not Korean. Some Korean people have gotten upset and told her she shouldn't be trying to set up Korean women with black men, and that it's something that angers them, they feel it's disgraceful, whatever they feel. And so Lily also documents her reaction to being told things like that. They also talk about the challenges that they feel that they have because they have two Blasian daughters. So for those of you that haven't heard that term, Blasian means black and Asian. So to have two daughters that are black and Asian and from two totally different cultures, how do you raise them? Where do you raise them? Just different challenges that people go through in a similar situation. As far as when I wrote the review, it was a question more of, can you use this channel to learn Korean? Since I wrote the review, there have been changes in the channel. So the biggest change has been the fact that there are more subtitles that are added. Subtitles are something you can use to learn Korean, and the reason I like subtitles a little bit more than some other methods is subtitles have either straight English or straight Korean. It doesn't have a Korean word that's been romanized, meaning it's a Korean word but it's written kind of in English the way it would sound, because that actually hinders Korean development for a lot of people. Therefore, having subtitles in either straight Korean so you can see how sentence structure goes in Korean, or straight in English where you can hear what a phrase is and then see what it is in English so you can try to memorize that phrase, I think is very helpful for learning Korean. Also, because of them raising their daughters and Lily speaking to her daughters in Korean, you can also see her teaching some cultural things in Korean as well. And so a lot of Korean people will actually recommend to students learning Korean, try using things that children use, games, websites, things of that nature, to learn Korean and pick up Korean. So if you're struggling with your Korean, seeing how Lily interacts with her daughters and how they interact with her actually could be very helpful in your Korean development as well. As far as why the channel is important to a number of people. The reason that the channel is so important is, as I said, it started back in 2006, so it's been around for 11 years now. And the story of Lily and James, of someone who's black, someone who's Korean, coming together, loving each other, finding each other, marrying each other, having a happy family together, that's something that the Western media and something that Hollywood never shows. And it's something that's been noticed by a lot of people, that if a woman is of Asian descent and she looks very good, she's typically not shown with a black man. And that is something that hurts a lot of Blasian couples, that they can't really go watch a movie or watch a television show and see them being represented. And so to have a YouTube channel that talks about the ups and downs and the reality of a Blasian relationship, but also shows the happiness that is found in a Blasian relationship, it gives a voice to a number of couples that are out there. And for those that don't know, Blasian relationships are actually very, very common. You see them a lot in military towns. You see them in a number of places. And it's not just a black person with a Korean person. You'll see a lot of black people with Japanese people. There's more black and Filipino couples that are out there, black and Indian. So there's all types of Blasian couples that are out there, even though the mainstream media in Western world will never show that. So because it gives that voice and it shows that struggle and it shows that love, it's a very important channel. And of all the channels that I've reviewed, for that reason, I feel that this is the most important YouTube channel review that I've ever done. And it's the most important review that I've ever done. So I don't know if Lily and James will ever see this blog post. I'm not sure if they will ever actually hear this review. But I definitely want to say thank you, because this review has gotten my site more views and more exposure. But also, even though a lot of times there's a lot of positive things that people say, you can see in the comment section that there are some negative things that people do tell Lily and James. And that part is sad, but I just want them to know, if they do hear this, that there's a lot of support for you guys out there. There's a lot of love for you guys out there. Not just for you guys, but also for your daughters, Yuri and Dasomi. And there's a lot of us that do care about you and are thankful that you have a channel and that you have been willing to openly document your life, your love, your struggle, and your happiness. So thank you for all that you guys have done, and please continue to do the things that you're doing. If you want to check out Lily Petals World, I will put the link to their channel in the description box. I will also link the original post that I wrote that has that link as well. Definitely check out some of the older videos. Lily's Blasian dating show, which is something that people still want her to do again, is definitely something interesting and worth watching. There are other Blasian couples that have been introduced on their channel that are already in relationships and that have YouTube channels as well. So if you want to subscribe to other Blasian couples YouTube channels, definitely check out some of the videos that they have on there, whether it's Her Snowy, Dom and Hyo, Maisley. So there are support out there if you are in a Blasian relationship and you want to see other Blasian relationships. These channels tend to be family oriented, so it's nothing that's going to be vulgar and rude, but it will show you a different perspective on life and love than what the media tends to show you from the United States and other Western countries. If you like this podcast, please subscribe, please like this video and share it with as many people as possible that you think would benefit from it. And please, any feedback that you have, you can email me. The email is in the description box down below, as well as my social media links. So thank you for tuning in. Please tune in again in the future. And as always, remember, the best way to get rid of your nightmares is to be strong enough to live out your dreams. I'll talk to you in the next one. Goodbye.